Okay, so for this video, we will be talking about the unsymmetrical parabolic curve. So we're done with the symmetrical parabolic curve. And the principles that we will use here are just the same with the principles that we used sa symmetrical parabolic curve. The only difference is that meron tayong additional element na gagamitin dito sa unsymmetrical. So bago ang lahat, i-differentiate muna ulit natin yung symmetrical and unsymmetrical para mas ma-refresh natin. So, the symmetrical vertical curve is a parabolic arc that connects two tangents such that their horizontal projections are equal. So, isang parabolic curve lang ang ginagamit natin para i-connect yung two tangent lines with equal horizontal projections. While the unsymmetrical vertical curve consists of two parabolic arcs that connect two tangents with unequal horizontal projections. So, yun yung difference. So, let us now proceed with the discussion. So, unsymmetrical parabolic curve. So, ito yung mga elements niya. Still, meron tayong back tangent whose slope is denoted by g sub 1 and that intersects forward tangent with slope denoted by g sub 2. So, ito yung point of intersection denoted by capital PI. So, katulad ng nabanggit ko kanina, meron tayong additional element na gagamitin and that is called the common tangent. And its slope is denoted by g sub 3. So, we have two curves. So, ito yung first one, then ito yung pangalawa. And this is PC, yun pa rin, the point of curvature, and this is the point of tangency or capital PT. So, mayroon tayong additional point, that is the point of tangency between the two curves and the common tangent, and that is called PCC, which stands for the point of common curvature. So, for the total length, it is still denoted by capital letter L. And nasabi kanina sa description ng unsymmetrical parabolic curve, it contains two parabolic arcs used to connect two tangents with an equal horizontal projection. So, unequal. Meaning to say, magkakameron tayo ng L sub 1 and L sub 2. So, ito yung length ng first curve. Ito naman yung length ng second curve. And by principle, yung point of intersection, so itong point of intersection na to, that is midway between PC and PCC. So that would be, so the horizontal distance between PC and this point of intersection is L1 over 2, and the same with the horizontal distance between that point and PCC. And that same principle is applied to the second parabolic curve. So this is L2 over 2, this is L2 over 2 as well. And then, for the vertical distance between the point of intersection and PCC, so take note that PCC is directly below the point of intersection. And the difference in elevation between those 2 points is denoted by capital letter H. And then, for the vertical distance between the point of intersection, this point of intersection, and the first curve, that is denoted by H sub 1. And for the second curve, is denoted by H sub 2. Okay, so, i-drawing natin ngayon yung magiging itsura ng kanyang grade diagram. Katulad lang nung sa principle ng symmetrical, ipa-plot lang natin yung given slopes. So we have G1, we have an upward slope, so that falls above the reference axis. Then we have G sub 2, which is a descending grade. So that is, or that falls below the reference axis. And then we have G3. So in this case, sa figure natin, yung G3 is upward. So that falls above the reference axis. That is G3. So i-connect lang natin ulit siya using a line, G1 to G3 and G3 to G2. So kung mapapansin nyo, mayroon ulit tayong point of zero slope or point of zero grade, and katapat niya lagi si summit or yung highest point. Pero if we are talking about sag parabolic curve, then katapat niya yung lowest point. And for the location of the highest or lowest point is still denoted by S1 and S2. So S1, that is the horizontal distance of the summit or the lowest point from PC, and S2 is the horizontal distance between the summit or lowest point from the point of tangency or PT. So for the derived formulas, we have the formula for H or yung vertical distance between PI and PCC. We have two formulas that we can use. First one is G1 minus G2 multiplied by L1 L2 divided by 2L, and that is also equal to L1 over 2 multiplied by G1 minus G3. So, kayo nang bahala mamili kung alin yung pwedeng gamitin depende sa given. And meron tayong relationship ng H1, H2, and H. So, ang sabi dito, H1 and H2 are equal. And the value of those elements is equal to 1/4 of the vertical distance between PI and PCC, or yung capital letter H. And then, for the value of G3, we have G1 minus 2H over L1. And also, meron pa tayong isa pang formula, that is G1L1 plus G2L2 over L. And then for S1 and S2, meron tayong susundin na condition. So, aalamin muna natin yung relationship ng L1G1 at ng 2H. So, if L1G1 is greater than 2H, the highest or lowest point is on the right side of the curve. So, ang mangyayari dyan, ang gagamitin natin is S2. That is equal to G2L2 squared over 2H. And para makuha si S1, susubtract mo lang siya sa total length, which is denoted by capital letter L. And then for if L1G1 is less than 2H naman, the highest or lowest point is on the left side of the curve. So in this case, ang gagamitin naman natin is S1. S1 is equal to G1L1 squared over 2H. And then para makuha ang value ng S2, we just need to subtract S1 from the total length L. So, yun yung principle ng ating unsymmetrical parabolic curve. Again, kung ayaw nyo namang gamitin yung derived formula for S1 and S2, we can always use the grade diagram para mag-ano na lang tayo, ratio and proportion. So, that's it for the principle. Let us have an example. A negative 4% grade at station 5 plus 700 and elevation 110.2 meters is to connect to a positive 6% grade at station 6 plus 100 and elevation 105.2 meters. Determine the elevation and grade of PCC and the location of the point of intersection. Okay, so i-convert muna ulit natin yung worded problem into an illustration. So i-drawing natin yung figure using the given values. So we have a negative 4% back tangent which intersects a positive 6% forward tangent. Okay, so ito yung common tangent niya. Hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung slope niya. So let us denote that by G sub 3. So ito yung first curve. Ito yung second curve. This is the point of curvature. This is the point of tangency. And this is the point of intersection. And then for the additional point, we have PCC or the point of common curvature. So, nagbigay ng specification ng first grade. So, ang stationing niya is at 5 plus 700 and ang elevation niya is 110.2. And then for the second grade, the stationing is at 6 plus 100 and the elevation is at 105.2. So, ang unang tanong is the elevation and grade of PCC. So, bago yun, alamin muna natin yung mga value or yung mga element na kaya natin kuhanan ng values. So, in this case, since alam natin ang stationing ni PC and PT, pwede nating makuha ang value ng L or yung total length, which is denoted by capital letter L. So, let us denote this as L1. So, yung length ng first curve, ito naman yung length ng second curve. So, for the value of L or the total length between PC and PT, isusubtract lang natin yung dalawang stationing. So, that would be the stationing of PT minus the stationing of PC. So, substitute lang natin yung values. We have 6 plus 100 minus 5 plus 700. So, again, yung ipe-perform yung operation sa loob ng parentheses kasi ito ay representation lamang ng stationing. Kung i-input mo siya sa calculator, that would be 6,100 minus 5,700. So, the answer is 400 meters. So, the horizontal distance between PC and PT is 400 meters. So, since alam din natin yung elevation ng PC at PT, pwede nating malaman yung difference in elevation between those 2 points. So, that is simply 100.2 minus 105.2 and that is equal to 5 meters. So, alam natin yung difference in elevation between PC and PT. So, kung gagamitin natin si PI as a reference point, pwede din natin makuha ang difference between the vertical distance between PC and PI and PT and PI. That is also equal to 5 meters. So, let us say that the vertical distance between PC and PI is A and the vertical distance between PT and PI is B. So, from that, we can say that A minus B is equal to 5. Kasi ang target natin dito is makuha yung value ng L1 and L2 para makapag-proceed tayo sa mga susunod na steps. So, since dalawa yung nawawala or yung unknown, kailangan din natin ng dalawang equation. So, isa to, yung A minus B equal to 5. So, yung A, i-express natin siya in terms of L1 and B in terms of L2. So, using slope formula, we can say that A is equal to 0.04 L1 and B is equal to 0.06 L2. So, isubstitute lang natin siya sa equation. We have 0.04 L1 minus 0.06 L2 equal to 5. And then, yung second equation natin, simple lang. Alam natin na L1 plus L2 is equal to the total length of the curve, which is 400. So, we have L1 plus L2 equal to 400. So, by using these two equations, makukuha natin ang value ng L1 and L2, and those are equal to 290 meters and 110 meters respectively. So, ilagay lang natin siya sa ating figure. We have L1 equal to 290 meters, L2 equal to 110 meters. So, alam na natin ang value ng L1 and L2. Pwede na natin kunin ang value ng G3 or yung slope ng ating common tangent. So, we have G3 equal to, ang gamitin na nating formula ay itong G1L1 plus G2L2 over L. So, we have negative 0.04 multiplied by 290, yun yung L1, plus 0.06 multiplied by 110, and that is L2. That is equal, i-divide natin siya by the total length, which is 400. So, we have G3 equal to negative 0.0125 or negative 1.25%. So, that is our answer for the grade of PCC. Next, i-drawing na natin ngayon yung grade diagram since alam na natin ang value ng G sub 3. So, i-plot lang ulit natin yung values or yung slope ng ating tangents. So, we have a negative 4%, so that falls below the reference axis. And then, we have a negative 1.25% for the common tangent, so that falls below the reference axis as well. And then, we have a positive 6% forward tangent, so that falls above the reference axis. So, i-connect lang natin again using a line. G1 to G3 and G3 to G2. So, let us denote the difference in elevation between PC and PCC as small letter c. So again, by principle, the difference in elevation between 2 points is the same or is equal to the area bounded by those 2 points sa ating grade diagram. So yung difference in elevation between PC and PCC is equal to the area of this shaded portion. So bakit natin siya kailangang alamin? Kasi hinahanap yung elevation ng PCC, and that is simply equal to the elevation of the point of curvature minus C. So, kunin muna natin ang value ng C. We have C equal to A, and that is equal to the area of the trapezoid. So, that is 1/2 multiplied by 0.04 plus 0.0125 multiplied by 290. Again, kapag kukuha tayo ng area ng shaded portion, ang gagamitin nating grade is in decimal form. So, the answer is 7.61 meters. So, i-substitute lang natin siya sa main equation. We have the elevation of PCC equal to elevation of PC is 110.2 minus C, which is 7.61. So, the answer is 102.59 meters. And then, lastly, we have, ipinapahanap din natin sa atin yung location ng point of intersection. So, simple lang siya. Since alam naman natin yung value ng L1 and alam naman natin yung stationing ng PC, so that is simply the stationing of PC plus L1. Okay, so substitute lang natin yung values. We have 5 plus 700 plus 290. So, that is equal to 5 plus 990, and that is our final answer.